Welcome to Off Topic, our scrappy Go for All sports talk show podcast. That's easy for me to say. With Tim and Matt, where we always go off topic. Okay, we have a special guest, our man, Mr. Bill Bledsoe from Studio Mizzou. Where are you, Bill? There he is.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Going good. Thank you very much. So Bill is going to join us for our college football segment. And if you're into college football or any other sport, comment, like, and subscribe like Bill does. And let's get rolling. So college football, a lot of interesting things happened this weekend. You take it from there. What stood out for you the most?
Well, a couple of things. I think, first of all, it's not great to be a Penn State fan today. Oregon getting it done in double overtime really proves they're a force to be reckoned with, and I think we're gonna be talking about them all the way through the end of the year for sure. A couple of big upsets. You've got Virginia taking down Florida State Friday night, and so the number 8 team in the country probably goes to the middle teens. And then you've got Alabama, the resurrection of Kalen DeBoer, going in between the hedges in Georgia and beating them. And then finally, I think the big one is Lane Kiffin has got a force down there at Ole Miss. And they took out a team that everybody thought was probably going to be the best in the country in LSU. And it wasn't as close as the score showed. So, I think those are the big headlines. Everything else went kind of to script, but there's going to be a definite change in the rankings. And, the good news is for teams like Penn State, with the expanded format with 12 teams, right? If you could just get in the show, one loss doesn't kill you.
No.
But if you're a Penn State fan, this is like the 97th time in a row that James Franklin can't win a big game.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. He's got to be on the hot seat because they've got so much NIL money. They need to win these games. That's my early take.
Sure, but I think we can all agree that on two things on the rankings. A, everybody realizes the rankings are kind of flawed, and B, no one could agree how to fix it. Because you had Notre Dame losing 2 tight games to 2 very good teams, and then, Penn State or Oregon blowing out 2 weaker teams, and, Notre Dame does this and the other guys do that, and it's not apples and oranges, right? Or not, it's apples and oranges, not apples and apples. And
yes, it's a fruit or a vegetable,
Yeah.
So I do think there's some variability in early season for sure. I think I always say week 8 is when it starts to matter.
Yeah.
But, like Notre Dame, for example, they had a great win yesterday. They played well. They passed the eye test. Right?
Yeah.
In those first 2 games.
But, I look at Oregon last year coming back in a thrilling game to beat Ohio 31-30 in the dying seconds. And then everyone's like, oh, what does this mean? La, la. And then Oregon is nowhere near the national championship, and Ohio goes all the way. Penn State, I'm sure they can't win the big game, but they made it to the Final Four last year, right? So
there's a lot of football to be played.
Yeah,
there's a lot and a lot of it goes beyond the wins and losses, especially in the early stages here. It's how are they winning? How are they looking when they're winning? And the people that do the rankings do more than just look at the stats and the final scores, right?
Yeah,
They look at everything that goes into it.
Does everything click? Is the defense, they win, keep the opposing team. It's like I said, everybody knows it's flawed, and no one will ever agree on how to fix it because it's an impossible thing to fix. There's so many teams out there.
Yeah.
Well, that's one of the reasons why the college football playoffs rankings don't come out until after week 4, right?
Yeah.
Because you've got this variability in the first few weeks. You're playing, Upper Uzbeki State, and you beat them 98-0. Does it matter? I don't know. But speaking of Ohio State, they had a good road win yesterday here in Seattle against the Huskies. And I think they proved once again that the Huskies aren't as good as they think they are.
No. I went to the Colorado State
Ohio
game.
Ohio State is as advertised.
Yeah, pretty much. Did you watch I want to talk about Arch Manning a little bit. Did you see the opening game at the Shoe with Texas, Ohio?
I did, and I think the last time we talked, I said it was going to be a tough game for Texas, right? Going into the Horseshoe, this is your first real start, and he showed it. He's a 19-year-old young man.
Yeah.
Right? And he has all the talent in the world. I think we said this before, but I'll say it again. Archie Manning, grandpa, right, said that Cooper, Manning's dad, was the most talented of the 3 boys and couldn't play because of an injury in high school, couldn't play college ball. And Arch has got a ton of talent. He will be fine. Texas fan, just simmer down now. It'll be okay.
Did they not play this week?
I don't think they did.
No. They had a bye.
But for that Ohio, I look at Ohio and I looked at that Texas, and everyone sort of dumped on Arch Manning. He's not there. He's not all the hype and he said he's 19. But was it more of Arch Manning underachieving, or was just Ohio's defense that was just, in my opinion, unstoppable?
100% the defense.
Yeah.
Ohio State, I think they could compete in the NFC South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, their head coach was Bill Belichick's defensive coordinator for all those Super Bowls. It's almost unfair. Like, the guy is just so good.
Yeah, Matt Patricia is a defensive guru, and Ryan Day made the right choice at Ohio State to bring him in to help kind of, elevate the defense. Day always could put together an offense, but there was always that kind of, can they stop anybody when it really matters? Now they can.
Yeah, they certainly can. So I'm looking at your representing here. How are your Tigers doing? How are they doing?
Yeah, you know what? We're a cool 4-0. We had a big win last week. We went into Columbia, South Carolina, and beat South Carolina, and that was a really well-respected team. They've got a quarterback that could be in tension for the Heisman. So that was a big win. And yesterday we had a cupcake. So it was 42-6. Tough one. We were sweating it out.
Close game.
They look good. They can run the football really well. There's a kid named Ahmad Hardy that is either leading or second in the SEC in rushing.
Nice.
And he will be playing on Sundays.
Nice.
He's that good.
Yeah. Where's the big test for Miz? Where's it coming up in the schedule? Where do you see it, the real difference-making game?
Well, Missouri has a pretty easy schedule this year comparatively. We don't have to go to Alabama. We don't have Georgia. So, Vanderbilt, believe it or not, playing really well and beating people. I think Pavia has been the quarterback down there for like 9 years or whatever, and he just keeps winning football games. So that'll be a tough one for Mizzou, for Shoe. I think they just need to get through Vanderbilt, and they'll be pretty good.
Okay.
Mizzou still has an outside chance of getting to the college football playoff. We'll see.
Okay.
You guys got Oklahoma, your second to last game too. That's going to be a tough one.
But John Mateer just had surgery on his thumb, and so they're not the same team.
Yeah.
We'll see how he comes back.
Okay. Now, NFL. How are your Seahawks? What's standing out for you?
Hawks are on the rise. That defense is problematic, and kind of like how you were talking about Ohio State. McDonald has that defense playing at a high level. I worry a little bit about their depth. They brought in DeMarcus Lawrence from Dallas, and he immediately got hurt. He wasn't a number one line guy, but it was a depth play for a pass rush. Sam Darnold seems to be able to take care of the football. That's all I think we want him to do. An occasional downfield pass. So I like the Hawks. The West is tough. San Francisco's playing well. You've got Arizona. They're okay. The Rams look really good.
Yeah.
So
Chargers.
It's going to be a dogfight out here.
Wrong league.
Oh, wrong league?
Wrong conference.
Wrong conference.
Yeah.
I
I mean, and I got to agree with you. I watched that game on Thursday, and the Seahawks really kind of owned the Cardinals for 90% of the game.
Yeah.
They let them back in late, and I think it was just more of a thing that the defense was on the field a lot and they were tired. But besides that, Seattle owned that game. Darnold with the poise at the end there to come down and get him into field goal range. Walker's running well. Charbonnet I'm not so fond of, but I think they need to find a way to get Cooper Kupp more involved. They got him over there for a reason, and a lot of his plays. Well, a lot of the plays.
Yeah, that guy's a professional pass gobbler.
Exactly.
And you need to get him the football.
Yeah. He got blown up on that one catch from behind, but I think Darnold kind of hung him out to dry a bit on that one. But most of the plays that you saw that were missed, throwing to JSN or any of the other players, he was standing wide open. He finds that little spot in the zone and he gets there. And Darnold's got to start leaning on that. And I think you guys will have a good run.
Matt, I think that Kupp is probably one of 5 receivers in the NFL. But if you need 5 to 7 yards, you want him.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And so I think that's how they've got to figure that out. Maybe throw the ball a little more on first down.
Yeah.
Kind of get that 5 yards. Then you've got K9 to run.
Yeah.
But I'm not an offensive coordinator, nor play one on TV.
Me neither. I'm a defensive guy, really. I'm a huge defensive guy. But, I know the Chargers have a saying, 3rd and Keenan. And I think the Seahawks got to adopt that for 3rd and Kupp. Because he is the guy that's going to get you there. So,
speaking of the Chargers look really good.
Solid this year, eh? We talk about that a lot here. How I always say, until they're knocked off, I think they're going to win the Super Bowl. This year, they're looking. They've got all the pieces in play. The Chargers curse did strike. J.K. Dobbins hasn't missed 5 games in the 5 years that he's played. He's been with the Chargers for 3 weeks, and he's out for the season. So you got the fireworks to the face in the summer and then blew out his Achilles. So hopefully that's it. That's the Chargers curse, that he's gone. And
maybe he took it all.
Yeah.
For the team, right? Yeah.
Oh, he took it all. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I'm actually I'm going to the Pittsburgh LA game on Sunday Night Football on November 9th. We actually got our tickets.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
It'll be nice to have some Chargers fans there. Because
right?
most of the time it's it's the opposing team goes to the stadium.
100%.
And that's the same for the Rams.
Right.
Unfortunately. I mean, Tim knows this, but my original hometown is the only city in North America that has lost 2 NFL teams.
Yeah, St. Louis, grew up St. Louis.
St. Louis, Missouri. And, we were supporting the Rams better than they are in LA.
Yes. Yeah.
But Stan Kroenke wanted to make more money.
Yeah.
So.
And And the unfortunate thing within LA, in LA is it's an entertainment town, right? Everybody comes there. You come there for vacation. It's a great place to go visit. The weather's fabulous. You got Disneyland. You got Universal Studios. You got the beaches. The beaches.
You got a beach.
Yeah, lots of beaches. And so people want to come there to visit, so they'll come watch their team there. But the majority of the tickets, the season tickets, are bought up by people reselling, right?
Yeah.
And because they know they can make money of it. It's really tough. And I'm in a lot of Chargers chat groups where these guys who are diehard Chargers fans have been on the wait list for season tickets since the Chargers came to LA. And they're not ever going to get them because the companies buy them so fast ahead of time.
Yeah.
And we bought our tickets through Vivid Seats. And I looked, when the schedule was released, I looked at these tickets and they were already sold out through the Charger site. And you had to go through Vivid Seats.
Yeah.
And it's a resell and someone's making $250 off their $70 ticket.
Yeah.
So
it's too bad.
That's the downside of kind of how ticket brokering has just exploded, right?
Yeah.
Especially, I don't know what it's like in Canada at all, but here in the States, it's out of control.
Yeah.
It's the same here. For the Canucks, it's the same way. Luckily, the BC Lions, there's always tickets available. But for the Canucks, it's the same way. Anything that's not sold immediately gets gobbled up by resellers. And then the ticket, you're paying double the price. It's crazy.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
and they
I've
try
come
and
up
fix it
a few times to Vancouver to watch my Blues play Vancouver.
Right.
And always been able to get secondary market tickets. And what I will say is it's been the price premium hasn't been as bad as what I've seen in other places. And this is when the Canucks have been good.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I will say that the Canadian generosity and hospitality extends into that as well.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I think you're 100% right. And it's just crazy trying to get tickets. I mean, we were joking because the Major League playoffs are coming and we're going on November 6th. And my buddy was like, oh, well, if the Dodgers are in the World Series, could there be a game then too? And I said, no, I already looked. The last game's November 1st. I said I was willing to sell a kidney to go get a ticket to a Dodgers playoff game, but I don't have to. I can keep them both for now. Save them for like my daughter's wedding or something,
Yeah, but, she didn't need a big wedding. Your Dodgers are in the World Series.
Yeah, exactly.
Priorities.
Yeah. So if there's any luck, it'll be against the Mariners, and I'll just have to drive down the road and go see it. So
piece of cake.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
we got this.
Switching to the Mariners, somebody was at the game to see the big dumper get number 60.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, he's phenomenal.
I had to put my Cardinal hat away and just jumped right on the Mariners bandwagon. But yeah, it was great. Electric atmosphere. And, we talked about earlier, Tim's wearing his Blue Jays gear there. Proud. And of course, Matt, I see that Dodgers gear. But, the Blue Jays are infamous for invading T-Mobile Park. And there's just, it's 2/3 Blue Jay fans. And
it's great.
Like 14 Mariners fans. It was electric in the ballpark Wednesday night. It really was. And this fan base is really geeked up.
Yeah.
And, there's a lot of Dodgers fans in the ballpark this weekend for this final series against the Mariners-Dodgers. But there were more Mariners fans this time. Normally, you would have just this Dodgers wave, but it's exciting. Mariners are good.
Yeah.
I mean, they could pitch. They can hit. They can hit. They're the third team, or ranked third in MLB in home runs.
Yeah.
So they're a problem.
Your 6, 7, 8, 9 hitters have really good on-base percentage. And I mean, that's one of the things that I think the Dodgers do well, and even the Jays have done good here for their winning streak, is when you get those in the second, third innings, when you get that 6, 7, 8, 9 hitter, you want them on base for your 1, 2, 3. and
Yep.
Mariners have done it. The Jays are doing it. The Dodgers wrote the script on it. I think that's where you get your success because, great, Ohtani's hitting another home run, but if Ohtani's hitting a home run with two guys on, that's even better.
Yeah.
So,
Tim, are your Jays going to do it today?
I certainly hope so. They got Kevin Gausman on the mound, he's your guy. They've been hitting the past 3 games. They've started hitting again. Vladdy needs to snap out of it and start being Vladdy. His numbers, percentage-wise, hitting for average better this year, but his power numbers are really down. So his RBIs are down. But he just needs to have a big breakout game and get that confidence back. He's just not playing Vladdy baseball. But their defense is really strong. They're getting their 7, 8, 9. And it's just, Kirk got the homer late last night, which he hadn't hit in a while, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
You just got to get the hits. Just win it on small ball. I don't care how they do it. They're going to get the starting pitching. It's not going to be a problem today. Hoffman, I'm not confident is your closer. He's going to take you all the way. But if they get the hits, they're going to do it. So I'm fingers crossed it's going to happen.
But I had a good chuckle. I had a good chuckle the other day where Kirk hit a surefire double to make it out at first.
Yeah.
Because the center fielder picked up the ball at the wall and threw him out at first base as he's, I think he's celebrating it a little bit too hard at the all-you-can-eat bar. So
yeah, fleet of foot is not what I think of when I think Alejandro Kirk.
Yeah.
He's 5'7", 230 pounds. Okay, the guy can't run that fast.
No,
he's cut him some slack here.
Yeah.
You know what though? He's good enough. He's smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like him.
He's a fan favorite, and he's a great defensively. He's a great catcher, and
Really
he's getting
good
enough
catcher.
timely hits that there's enough. Davis Snyder, Miles Straw, Nathan Lucas, Kirk. I was going to say Roberto Clemente, Ernie Clement. They're all getting enough hits collectively that they're just propelling forward. So it's fingers crossed they're going to do it today.
Yeah. Well, we're rooting for you.
Yeah. I am too.
Okay.
Dirty, stinking, rotten Yankees.
You beat them.
Yeah.
You beat them last year.
Who likes the Yankees?
Yeah, that's right.
Those darn Yankees. Okay. Thank you, Bill. Love to call in. Appreciate your time, buddy.
Gentlemen, it's been great. Take care.
All right.
Thanks, Bill.
Cheers, pal.
Talk to you soon.
And we're good? Wayne? You there?
When he got so bored with college football, he fell asleep in there.
Okay. Still with football, BCFC standings. What's going on?
So rough game last night. The Huskers lost to the VI Raiders, and now it was so tight in the middle. Let's see. I think I got it up here on my screen. Yeah, here we go. Standings. It was so tight in the middle going into the game. Prince George was 4-3-1. VI Raiders 3-4-1. Huskers 3-4-1. The Rams kind of out of it at 2-6-1. Right. Going to last night's game, Huskers with the Raiders. Raiders are up 13-11 at the half, and VI puts up 2 scores in the second, and the Huskers just couldn't get anything going.
Oh.
And it was unfortunate because it was a really good game in the first half. Great defensive battle. And it was just the 2 scores that changed the defensive battle in the second half.
Yeah.
Right? And it was unfortunate. Raiders do look good. I really like them. Last week they beat West Shore.
Okay.
Who now, last week. Next week is interesting. The Raiders have Langley Rams coming to visit them.
Okay.
Last time they played, they were 29-29 tie. But the Rams just got absolutely smoked last night in West Shore.
Okay.
Right? 56-0 or something like that. And they're not playing well. Right? So they're gonna go over and play VI next week. VI wins, they can actually get tied with Prince George. Now Prince George is coming down to play the Huskers.
Okay.
So Huskers can play spoiler, or they can be like, screw you, VI, and just roll over for Prince George. Which I don't think they're going to do because they tied against Prince George last time.
Right.
So I think it's really going to be interesting next week. But right now, the way the standings are, the Okanagan Suns are going to finish first. The Rebels are going to finish second. Prince George is sitting in the 3 spot. VI sitting in the 4 spot.
All right.
Right? Huskers are out of it.
Okay.
Unfortunate. I was
bad.
really looking forward to a good game to try and clinch a spot next week, but it's done.
It's done. That's too bad. Okay. We got some time. Do you want to touch on the CFL rule changes?
Yeah, let's talk about
Let's
that.
talk CFL rule changes. So what is, in a nutshell, I haven't checked them out myself. I just got busy. What's basically going on? What are the big things that really stand out?
Well, okay, so we got the 2026 phase is going to be the modified Rouge. Now, what that means is they no longer can kick it, miss the field goal, and get it, or kick it out of the back of the end zone. If it settles in the end zone and the returner fails to take it out or takes a knee, the single point will be awarded. So, if the ball gets kicked, lands in the end zone, right, it stays in the end zone, there's a point.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Then you get a point. But it's not. You don't just get it for the missed field goal or the out of the back of the end zone. You can't just kick it out of the back of the end zone to get a point.
Okay.
Right? Which changes a bit because that's a bit of a strategy. If you're tied game and you get down around the 20, you get your punter, line drive it out of the back of the end zone, you win the game, right? So you can't do that anymore. So now it's a missed field goal, punter kickoff it's just a missed field goal now, and it settles. Oh, no, if a punt, field goal, or kickoff settles in the end zone. So any kick has to stay in the end zone.
Okay.
So a bit of a strategy change.
Okay.
And then the other thing they're going to do, opposite field benches. So right now, a lot of the games, both teams are on the same side of the field.
Really?
Yeah. So like you're trying to change a player down at the 20 down here, and your bench is down at this side here. That's a long way for a defensive lineman to run and then play a play.
That's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
35 second play clock is going to replace the 20-second play clock because the 20-second play clock was the play that was whistled in. Now it'll automatically begin as the previous play is whistled dead at 35 seconds.
Okay.
So similar to the NFL.
Okay.
Right? Similar to the NFL there. So the 20-second play clock will take effect if the play like out of bounds and they set the ball and everything and then they whistle it in. That's still a 20-second play clock. But that's not on every play like it is now in the Canadian rules.
Right.
So that's the 26 phase. That's going to happen next year. The 27 phase, they're going to move the goalposts to the back of the end zone, shorten the end zone from 20 yards to 15, and they're going to shorten the field to 100 yards instead of the 110.
Oh, okay.
So
what is this? Tell me, break it down for me. What difference is this going to make next season to this season? How's the game?
Next season's not going to be so much of the difference. It's more the layout and the Rouge. That's the difference next year. The play clock, getting used to that.
Right.
The following season, when they change the field, it's going to be the difference. They're shortening the field because I think what they're finding is that extra 10 yards in the middle, it's pointless. I never understood it anyways.
Yeah.
But they have the 100-yard field, works really well. The big thing is moving the goalpost to the back of the end zone. So in the CFL, the goalpost being at the front of the end zone, you take away the ability to make a play in the middle of the field. You're really kind of playing to the corners because, or over the end zone and dropping it in behind, or the upright and dropping in behind it. Here now you're giving that space across the middle of the field, which will be really nice for crossing routes when you got the man in motion.
Okay.
You get in motion, come across. You're getting more real estate to play in the end zone there, really.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I think that's a good one.
So overall, you like the changes?
They're not horrible.
Yeah.
Right? They're not doing a lot of difference. I think the opposite side of the field for the benches is just a no-brainer.
I don't watch enough CFL to notice. And finding this out, I'm just like, what are you talking about? Why would they have both teams on the same side? How is there even enough room?
They got a white stretch painted that the coaches have to stand in.
Yeah.
If you come out of there, it's a penalty.
Yeah.
It's just
dumb
it's silly.
stuff.
They should have the whole sideline, spread themselves out.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get it. It was for back in the day. The cameras are all on one side, players are all on the other. Everything happens.
Yeah.
Everything outside the sticks, everything happens on one side, players on the other. But it causes a lot of tension. The number one thing is that as the play's moving, you want the team moving down with the play because you're subbing someone in, and we're talking like the 300-pounders.
Yeah.
Are now running 95 yards to get in, and then have to play a play.
Yeah.
I mean, they're gassed by the time they do 40 of those yards. So I think it's okay. I think they're okay. Nathan Rourke was very upset, very vocal about it. Players weren't consulted, and I think it's a bit of that one. I go two ways. They have the owners of the teams, right? The 9 owners that get together with the commissioner, and there's the player representative there, and the player representative. In theory, it'd be nice if he takes it all and goes back and talks to each individual player about their thoughts on this, and then comes back with a consensus. It doesn't work like that. You've given this guy the ability to talk. He has only one vote, right? He may have voted no to all of it, and the players don't get a say in it because they're employees.
Yeah.
Right? And
it's not a collective.
It's not. And I think the game's been around a long time, and rule changes has come over the years. I don't know if there's been any recently as big as this.
Yeah.
But
it has to evolve. Like you can't just say, no, we can never change.
Exactly.
Because it doesn't work that way. Life doesn't work that way. You have to change and evolve.
Yeah, 100%.
And it really, at the end of the day, you're in the entertainment business. And if it makes it for more exciting on the field, then, and so communication-wise, they should have talked to the players. We're bringing in some rule changes. You can have a thing for feedback. However, at the end of the day, it's our decision.
Yeah.
La, 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 la. They didn't do that. It was very top-down. Get used to it. That's life.
It's a new commissioner.
Yeah.
And so people are like, oh, this new commissioner's coming in, and he's throwing around all these. He got brought in as commissioner because of his ideas, because of his ways of moving it forward.
Fresh looks, fresh eyes, fresh ideas.
The league's been around a long time, 125 years or something like that. It's a great league, really solid product on the field, a lot of commitment behind it. It just needs to evolve.
Yeah.
And I think every major sport has little tweaks on a yearly basis. The CFL hasn't in a long time. Nothing major. So I think this is. I love the fact that they didn't shrink the field from side to side, right? The wider field really gives a lot of room for receivers to run around out there. You got the extra person, 12 on 12 instead of 11 on 11. With the wider field, you get a lot of space for them to run around out there, make big plays, get some sort of separation. Defenders have to work harder. Chad Ochocinco Johnson, Cincinnati Bengals fame, came up here and played, and then he was on a talk show, and he was like, CFL's no joke. There are athletes out there. That big field, there's a lot of space to cover. Yeah, okay, if you're a fast receiver, you can get open, but those are fast defenders that are coming in after you. So yeah.
And
so I don't mind it.
It's a healthy league. I watched Montreal-Calgary on Friday.
Yeah.
And it was sold out. And it was a great game.
Yeah.
Alouettes won. They're back in the mix.
It was a really good game.
It was a really good game. And, everyone's in the stands.
Yeah.
And, some of the, Rider Nation, they're always going to be there. Hamilton, they always have a good fan base.
Yeah.
BC, the venue, probably influences more than anything else.
I 100% think BC sells out if they move out of downtown Vancouver.
Yeah. Well, it's not even downtown. It's the massive cavernous 60,000 seat stadium that they're in. They need 30,000, like that old school collegiate.
Yeah.
Fans on either side, end zone, nice and steep, so there's no bad seats.
Yeah.
And you always want too few seats. That's a completely different conversation. BC's not getting out of BC Place anytime soon.
Well, and I think.
And where would they build it?
Well, it doesn't even matter building it. I mean, you've got facilities available that you could work with. Yeah. Right? I mean, no, we're not going to Kelowna. Simmer down, Wayne.
No one's going to Kelowna, Wayne.
They're playing a game in Kelowna.
Oh, okay.
Next year. One in Kelowna, one in Langford, because of the World Cup soccer.
Oh, right.
We're going to knock them out of there. So they're changing Apple Bowl. They're building seats in there.
Okay.
To make it 35,000.
Okay.
And Langford, they did it a couple of years back. I think it was a preseason game, maybe last year. And they were able to do 35,000 seats over there.
Perfect. So
that's, and that's good because you get to see it in other places as well. But the facilities already exist. You got Exhibition Stadium at the P&E.
Yes.
You got that field there. It's mostly used for soccer, but it worked great when they were putting the roof back on BC Place.
Yes. Everybody loved it. And then they went back to BC Place and was like, oh.
And I mean, we don't even have the cold weather that they get in Saskatchewan and Winnipeg. And they're outside, right? They're like, oh, it's the weather. No, the weather's fine here. We just get wet. I mean, and a lot of people can just use a little shampoo while they're sitting in the rain. Trust me. But it's fine.
Oh,
I
my
mean,
God.
come out here. There's space out here in the valley to do it. There's space in Langley to do it. I mean, I don't think it's an issue to make it happen for the 9 games that they have to make it happen.
Yeah.
Right?
It's expensive to build anything anywhere in BC.
I agree.
There's politics because then BC Place is a government-owned facility, and they lose a tenant for 30,000 fans for 9 games. That's a lot of loss in revenue,
Well,
right? It's complicated. It's not as simple. I mean, Montreal, God love them, they were in the Big O. It was horrible, and then they made it to the playoffs when they weren't supposed to, and they had already booked in U2.
Yeah.
So that's when they moved. That's when they moved to Molson Stadium at McGill.
Yeah.
And it exploded.
Yeah.
And they were getting nobody at the Big O, and everybody came out to McGill Stadium, and that was the difference maker. They're still getting 30,000 fans at BC Place.
I get that. You're still getting.
It's not unsuccessful. It's just not as good as it could be.
Yeah, well, it's like you're in this monster cavern, and
I know.
And it's like the Lions fans are paying for the stupidity of the government for building this facility to begin with. Why hold them hostage for it? Right? Major League Soccer seems to like it. Throw them in there.
Yeah.
They can pay for the government's mistakes. I mean, I remember when they built BC Place. We're going way back to '86.
Yeah, for Expo.
For Expo, and they're like, we're going to build this big stadium for what? Well, the Lions can play there. The Lions don't have that many fans. It's never going to fill it up. We'll put concerts there. The acoustics suck. It's never going to be good. Well, other stuff like what? Stuff. We're doing it. Damn it. Just give me your tax dollars. You get somebody with a bee in their bonnet. They're going to do it no matter if it makes sense or not. And it hasn't made sense for years.
Look, I lived in Yellowknife for a year.
Yeah.
And Yellowknife, amongst other things, have this amazing hockey facility.
Right.
And it's, 2 rinks. It's not that different from Prospera or whatever it's called now we have over here.
Yeah.
And I went talking to the mayor once. I'm like, dude, there's like 20,000 people living in this city, and there's 40,000 in the whole territory. This place is massive. And he looks at me and goes, we can't attract people to come to Yellowknife unless we have a facility like this.
Right.
So if you want to be a world-class city, you have to have one of these facilities. And they can use it for conventions. They use it for, different sporting events. They use it for this. They can use it for that. I know what your reaction is, but it's a multi-purpose facility, and they can use it for all sorts of different things. I don't like it for football at all, but the fans go.
Yeah,
and
the monster trucks are great in there.
Monster trucks are great in there. It's 9 days. It works, and you're right on SkyTrain. Get off the SkyTrain, you're right there.
Right, but if you're not training it, any access to it is a pain.
Yeah, but you have the options to go to SkyTrain somewhere.
Yeah, I know.
Get your cat converter ripped off in Scott Road. And get it sawed off.
Oh.
I don't see enough CFL football to really get that worked up about it.
No.
But, I mean, if I had the magic wand, they would go back to the old Commonwealth site. There'd be 15,000 fans on either side, nice and steep.
Right?
Have an overhang with grass field and, luxury boxes and all the different camera angles to make it look Class A. But I don't own the team, and I sit in Chilliwack on a sports podcast that 14 people watch every day. So,
Do we have that many fans now?
What do you do? It's we're going off topic, but as it stands now, it works. And when they do host the Grey Cup, you've got 60,000 fans in there. So,
and I'm not going to disagree with you because it works now.
Yeah.
Right. Could it be better? Yes.
Sure.
Is it something that's necessity? No.
No. It just isn't a priority. You're spending billions of dollars on something you just don't need.
Yeah.
I mean, the Argonauts built BMO Field because it wasn't working at Skydome.
Yeah.
Or at Rogers Center. That's the reason they built it.
Yeah.
The fans weren't going. This isn't working. The Alouettes went to Molson because it wasn't working at the Big O. It works at BC Place. They get the 30,000 fans.
Yeah.
So that's why it's not going anywhere. So.
Yeah.
All right. That's
it
for us. Anything else, Wayne?
Chargers play at 10.
Chargers play at 10.
Against the stinking rotten Giants.
Jays.
9:45. Gotta go.
Gotta go. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you to Bill for tuning in. You're the best. We'll have you next week also. Like, subscribe, comment. Off Topic with Tim and Matt, where we always go. Off topic. Go Bills.